friends, and today I'll be playing some of my premium tanks because I don't have the time right now to do a complete video on the tank I want to do a video on. It just, my clan did tournaments earlier and then my device died, unfortunately, so I had to charge it for ever, it seemed, but it wasn't that long actually. Enough over explaining. I I did buy a tier 10, and if you look on the right side of your screen, you might be able to tell which one it is. I've already bought it, which is why I'm low on credits, and equipped it. I have yet to play an actual battle, and I've actually played it in the tournament because we went up against a team that had 3 members, so my clan basically said I do whatever because 7v3. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Which tank should I play? Y'all need to tell me. Alright. That was not smart, but whatever. Anyways, we are going to play my most played tanks in this game. The amazingly overpowered IS-3 Defender. It's only overpowered actually if the people shooting you on the enemy team don't count the shells. If they count the shells, you're screwed. Because you have a 23.5-second reload with what I have. I think I've said this before, but I don't run provisions on my premium tanks I want to grind credits with. It's just habit. Plus 5 to 7,000 more credits per game. I don't know if it's a good trade-off. Anyways, Oasis Palms. Top tier, yay. We have a Fearless, yay. Fearless Fiasco. Yeah. For those of you who didn't know, they, meaning Wargaming, accidentally allowed the Fearless and the Yeg 8.8 Snowstorm, both supposed to be limited edition tanks, to be sold in the gift shop for the first day. They then took those tanks and refunded the gold, and then people complained, and stuff happened with Google Play Store. My understanding is there was a chance they could be sued because I don't know, just reasons. So they had to reimburse everybody a Fearless. So I mean, everybody who bought it. Supposedly there's less people who got the Fearless than those who got the M60, but they cannot release those numbers because privacy issues and whatnot. That's what they said. But yeah. People got Fearlesses, which were only 100 of them originally were supposed to be out in the game, and they were given to Clan Wars 2 winners. And yeah, I think that is just stupid. Of course, the Snowstorm 8.8 was supposed to be a limited edition 2015 camo. Okay, please don't do that. But, you know, it it doesn't matter that much because the Fearless is a skinned IS-6. The Egg Tiger 8.8 Snowstorm is a reskinned 8.8. So, in my opinion, while yes, I think it's really bad that they gave people the Fearless because it's just not fair to the winners of Clone Wars 2. I think that the it's just really a skin. It is a different tank, yes, but well, all essential. Oh wow, all essential reasons. It's just a skin of a tank. Well, my entire first clip did nothing. Well, I mean, the last shell did ammo rack damage on that guy. But yeah, I'm out of breath all of a sudden. Wow. Okay. This has just been a bad game. It's gonna be worse. Ooh, 492. Is he reloading? I know he's put one shell into me earlier. Yeah, he's either reloading or he's just not paying attention to me. I, however, don't want to get killed by KB3. So I miss. Oh, this thing's trolling me. Now, this defender is fully reloaded. I'm on 41 health. He could HE me. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to die. One. Yep. Yeah, he was going fast enough. But we should win. We've got almost full health, 1776. You know what I find funny about the 1776? It's a reskinned T-34, yes, but they sold it. They had it available during Christmas. They had it available, well, the Blitz Fair event. You could get it in chests, and you could buy it with tokens. And then they sold it like a week after, and it's a 1776. It's a T-34 Independence, and it was originally sold for the 4th of July. It just seems weird to me that how many times it's been sold, because it's only been in the game for 2 years and it's been sold a lot more than twice, or available a lot more than twice, but whatever. Oh, look, there's the defender, and ooh, that was a nice shot by the Fearless. Yeah, 1776. Took a heat shell. I don't know why the well, the defender got lucky to get the heat shell through the tracks. And normally I would delete the losses, but I don't care. So yeah, I made a grand total of, well, that wasn't a loss, but it was a horrible game. That is below average, to say the least. 1300. That's below my average damage overall, let alone in this thing. That was bad. Yeah, I just love this tank, and sometimes it doesn't love me. Wow. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next battle, playing a tank that I choose, or you choose. Nobody knows. I'm just rambling. Okay, this is enough. All right. I feel like playing Swedish. What do you think? Bottom tier again. Twice in a row, bottom tier in my premium tanks. Though I did cut one battle out of the video already because, yeah, I got one or two shotted and it was ridiculous. All right, so one tier 7 on each team. This, by the way, was the tank for the Blitz Fair. It was the tank that you could get by doing your in-game missions and whatnot, not by opening chests and buying it from the auction. But yeah, it is actually the highest tier tank I got from that event, and that ticks me off. Because I opened like 80, I don't know. 80 might be an exaggeration, but I opened a lot of those chests. Now, its pen numbers are garbage, but you know, it's tier 6. Tier 6 doesn't have a lot of guns that can pen everything. One of them being the 90mm that ARL could be running, or he could be not smart and using the, what is it, 105? Yeah, 105. People who use the 105 on the ARL are really missing out. Just like people who use the 90mm on the BDR. Great. So they're all over there. My team are all over here, and my frames just keep dropping. What is going on? 20 frames a second? 2? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. So, welcome back to Losing with Zax, because, I don't call myself over there. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Let's see, in the course of making this video, I've lost 5 times and won twice. Both wins were horrible. For example, the last battle that you will have seen, my device didn't like me. It froze for 2.5 minutes. I kept hearing weird noises. I When I finally was able to deactivate my screen recorder, um, you know, stop it from running. My device started running more smoothly and whatnot. So there is problems with my screen recorder, and that's only one of them. In fact, that's the only time I've seen it. Oh, look, here comes another defeat. Yep. Why can't I win? No, I want to do a kind of review video on this because that's what a lot of my videos are, even though they're not titled reviews, and that, well, one of the people who watch my videos it wasn't on YouTube, it was on another thing, told me that if it was a review, I should have labeled it as a review. If it was gameplay, I should record better battles, and to him I say, thank you for that. I don't care, go away. Yeah. Anyways, enough about antagonizing people. News yesterday, I believe last night, somebody started a petition to get +2 -2 matchmaking around what up, and they passed around. I believe last I heard it was on 151 signatures, and they want 300. People are well, there's a lot of people who say negative things about +1, +2, -2. They say, oh, it's bad for the stock tanks, grinding tanks will be painful. To them, I say, yeah, stock tanks are painful no matter what matchmaking we have. Stock tanks are painful no matter if you're top tier, bottom tier, whatnot. Stock tanks are stock tanks. Stock tanks ruin stats. It doesn't matter. Another argument that I've heard is more noobs, morons, and whatnot will be getting to high tiers faster. My response to that is how? How on earth if they're bottom tier more and they're going against higher tier opponents, are they supposed to be able to rush through tiers faster? How are they supposed to gain XP as quickly as +1, -1? If I mean, sure, they occasionally deal damage to 2-tier higher vehicles. Yay for them. That just, yeah, sure, small XP boost. But what about the times where they don't do damage? What about the times where they're stock and they don't know what they're doing and they just fail? And yeah, sometimes they'll be on their team. Guess what? With +1, -1, you still get those people. It doesn't matter what matchmaker you have. +2, -2, +1, -1, +5, -1, 5. Oh, that'd be interesting. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be noobs. It's an online multiplayer game, and either noobs or noobs. There's a difference because one's spelled Noobs and one's spelled Newbs. A noob is somebody who's new to the game, as the name says. Ooh, yeah, I like the faster velocity on this gun. In all honesty, I've never played with the stock gun with this. I've only played like 27, 28 battles on this. And a noob, on the other hand, spelled with two O's, is somebody who makes mistakes, doesn't learn from mistakes, and continues making mistakes. It's a difference. I'm afraid I didn't explain that completely because reasons. What was noob spelled with an E and a B, E and a W, is somebody who tries to learn from their mistakes. Sure, everybody makes mistakes. Even unicorns make mistakes occasionally, which is why they don't have a 100% win rate, unless they're super, super good or they have a very small amount of battles. It's just that it just doesn't matter. You always get bad players because otherwise, the people who complain about that say that they always get those people on their team, but they don't. It doesn't matter. You get bad players on either team in any given battle. Well, not any random battle where you don't do countdowns with your clan and have like I saw a screenshot. Defiant did a countdown where they had I believe 12 of their guys in the game. And I say to them, congrats, that is really impressive. Oh boy, that light tank armor. Okay, so I guess he doesn't want to spam Primal, but I would spam Primal. I spam Primal all the time. Now that, on the other hand, is stupid. Is there a heavy tank behind me who's going to kill me? Yep. 10 shots fired.
And oh, I was lucky there. Um, +1, -1 is easier to grind tanks. You're top tier more often. You may have be able to even maintain a higher win rate because of it. I don't care. +1, +2, you always see the same amount of noobs, prospectively. You always see certain tanks driven stupidly. You'll always, yeah, it just there's always noobs in online multiplayer games because they're online multiplayer games. People, it's a learning process for certain people. A lot of people. In fact, it was a learning process for me. I had a 52.8% win rate at 10,000 battles. I'm now in 23,000 battles, and I only have a 55.77. I am by no means a unicum. I am by no means a fantastic player, but I have experience. I can recognize when I make mistakes, and I do it way too often. For example, in there, I auto-aimed onto that lightweight. If I hadn't, I would probably penned him twice. So yeah, it's just relative. I feel like I kind of went off. Anyways, I personally think that if a game has +2, -2 again, yay, more fun, more diverse, more opportunities to be bottom tier and carry and have that extra glory and exhilaration. But but top tier on the other hand, it'll be more fun because, well, who doesn't like 1 to 2 shotting low lower 2 tier lower tanks? In fact, if you're using a 183 and you hesh, what is it called, an RU-251, there is a really, really, really good high probability that you will one-shot it because you have 1300 average damage with hesh, if I remember correctly. Who knows? Anyways, um, yeah, so good for the petition. I did sign it. It's an online petition. You don't sign anything per se, but yeah, I signed it because we've had +2, +1, -1 for a year now, and it sometimes things get boring after a while. It's pretty much the only reason I left React. Well, there was a couple of reasons, and I won't get into that, but I occasionally I was in there for 3 months, and I just need a change of clans. And I know that sounds petty and stupid, but whatever. I'm only human. I was in the clan before React for 6 months, even though I did leave twice for about a day. That was just issues. And yeah, I yeah, enough about that clan. I was talking about +1. Yeah, changes are good. People hate change, and yet if some things don't change, they hate. People just hate. There will always be haters about everything. Oh, you did this wrong. Oh, you changed this tank. Oh, you shouldn't have changed this tank. You should change this tank. You shouldn't change this tank. You should change this map. You shouldn't change this map. I don't like this game anymore because it changes too much. Every update, I can guarantee that there's at least one forum post where somebody says, I'm not planning to play this game anymore because they made it unplayable. And to them I say, grow up. Change is part of human nature. Change is just part of life. If you don't change, you know what you become? Sad and depressing and boring. For example, I I do play Minecraft, yes, but I don't play on the PC version. But the PC version had a snapshot release. A snapshot is basically a pre-update update where they added 48 new blocks. And oh my gosh, people were so enraged because it just ruined Minecraft. It doesn't. It just adds more things to play. And yes, I sound like a nerd now. It just, yeah, it just adds new blocks to build with, more possibilities. So change is good. And you know what? The update before that, oh, they changed everything. The game's ruined. I'm just going to stop playing. This is why I stopped playing. It's just the way it happens. And yeah. Oh, we won. Um, I feel like I haven't talked about plus the match petition and reasons why, but enough. But wow. Um, Another reason why changing from +1 -1 is better because Tanks like my beloved Defender won't be so overpowered if they're facing tier 10s, and they will be more overpowered if they're facing tier 6s. It's just the way things go. And yes, the Defender should be able to face tier 10 because unlike the IS-6, it doesn't have preferential matchmaking. I've rambled on for so long. Oh, I got invited to a room. Ooh, that was a bad game, but I think I talked enough. Anyways, wow, I had a lot of fun talking about things. Huh, new idea for videos. Actually, that's pretty much what all my videos are. I talk about it. But yeah, it just enraged a bunch of people, and there were a lot of people who defended it. In my opinion, the game would be better with change. Change always helps. Even though I don't like the fact that they did change all the top tier medium tanks, it helped other tanks. And now those tanks are going to be overpowered, and so people are going to complain about that. And either they're going to buff the mediums again, or they're going to nerf all the heavies and tank destroyers, which would be hilarious, and probably make me not play tier 10 or 9 ever again. Um, yeah, it's rebalancing. They call it balancing for a reason. You you nerf things too far, it changes the way the game gets played. You nerf buff it too much, it also affects the game. It's balancing. Simple as that. Anyways, who invited me to a room? Oh, one of my clanmates. I've rambled on for a long time, so um, yeah, just keep in mind that I support the petition, and I don't really care because I enjoy this game enough that if I played my first 5 to 6,000 battles with +1 -1, +2 -2. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I was new back then. I'm better now. I have higher tier tanks. I know how to play the game, I think. Of course, there'll probably be people saying I don't. Wow, this video's turned into like a giant rant. Interesting. Anyways, I'll have to say see y'all and have fun. And apologize for this video coming out late and for whoa, excuse me. Um, for missing one. I feel like recording one every other day, while it's good, I would love to record one every single day. I don't have that great of time to record because, well, I live in a very noisy place, to say the least. There's a lot of sound always going around, so I have to record between the times of 6 Central and 11 Central, 10, 11 Central. So yeah, enough rambling. I apologize for all that, and see ya.